Okay, so it's an honor and a privilege to be able to get up and talk to you all. When I saw Evie coming up the driveway a couple of weeks ago, I thought she was coming over for a nice social visit to say hello, but then she had this piece of paper in her hand. And I realized, oh, this is a summons or something. So, and since that time, so she asked me to say a few words, and it's really been an interesting period thinking about St. John's and all that it means to me, and the impact that it's had on my life, why I love St. John's. I remember the first time I walked into this church, and I thought, oh my gosh, this church is too small. It's just a small church. And then I thought, well, now I'm thinking this is just the right size. This is just the perfect size. This church is such a wonderful place. The physical building itself, I think, is just emblematic of the people that are here. Their foundation, it's a rock, in good times and bad. And so, I really, it's about the people that are here and that we see every week when I come to church. And I, as far as my faith goes, I'm, really struggling. Some weeks I feel really good, and others I feel like it's superficial, and that, I don't really know how I feel. But on the other times, it's about, as Tracy mentioned today, about the love. And as far as I can see, this is what it's all about. And the community and the relationships that we have with one another that are so wonderful here. And that, I've experienced this here in a way that I haven't any other place. I mean, I go to work every day. I sort of have to do that. I don't have any choice. Come here by choice. And I've spent 10 times more time at work than I've spent at St. John's. But, the relationships and the experiences that I've had here far outweigh anything that I've done at work. And so I'm just very grateful for that opportunity to be here with you all on a weekly basis. And really that's, I think, the important thing for me. Just want to mention a couple things. I don't want to go on too long, but I remember, when I was active in the men's Bible study a number of years ago, and I remember the day that Tom Hardy died. And Tom was a very special person to me, and obviously Louise, her daughter, and so I didn't come to Bible study that morning, but I got a phone call, and it was Bill and Hap and Humpy, and they all, and John Zout, I think, and Darren, and they all went around the room with the phone, and they said a few words, and it just meant a lot to me. So it was just, one of those experiences. Was a very simple thing, but it was, sticks in my mind as a tremendous thing. And then the opportunity to go to Haiti with Tracy and Stephen. I've had the opportunity to go around the world for my work. I just got back from China a couple of weeks ago, but there has never been any trips that I've ever had like that. That impacted so much to see a people that have so little and yet have so much faith and spiritual awareness and joy. So it's just to see that, firsthand. It just, I can't. It made the most impact of any trip I've ever been on. And the people there, David Cesar and Carlo and John, and the Delatours and the Petit Chantours, and they came. We had 20 kids over our house. We still got a couple cots left over, I think, should bring back. But that experience for my daughter and my son Bob, and having those kids over, and for my daughter, I took Martha down there when she was 12 years old, and it was just an amazing experience. That I would never have gotten something like that any other place. And I thank Tracy and Stephen for making that type of opportunity possible. Such an incredible thing. And then let's see, there was two last things. One is I don't have many rituals or traditions in our family very much, but one of the ones that I have done for the last 10 years So Rick Juronic and I set up the stage for the pageant. And we've done that, I think, every year for the last 10 years or so. And we sort of have a ritual. We go there, and it usually takes about an hour and a half, and we load all the pieces, bring them up from downstairs, and get the truck, and we bring it around. And so we put this thing together. We never really know how. We never put it together the same way twice. and it's got labels on it, but we never pay any attention to those things. And so we get this thing finished, and we stand on it and make sure it doesn't fall over. And then we pat ourselves in the back, and then we usually sit down and have about 3 beers that we've brought. So we do this every year, and it's really interesting to see, so what goes on in Rick's family, the good and the bad, and what's going on in our family, the good and the bad. But anyway, it's just a special opportunity that's been on a yearly basis. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention is a sort of an occurrence, which was, again, I think, sort of emblematic of St. John's. So we had this occasion where there was this liquid, there was some material that was coming out from under the wall there on the right hand, right up there, underneath the wood. And so we cleaned it up, and sure enough, it came back. And so this happened about 3 or 4 times, cleaning it up, and it was this viscous stuff. We didn't know what it was. And I, being an idiot, I thought, well, let me figure out what this is. I was junior warden at the time, and everybody's like, what is this stuff? Can you take care of this? So I tasted it. Oh,
that's good.
Yeah. And it was honey. So it was honey that was, and we knew we had these bees, and there was a big problem about the bees, and everybody said, you got to get rid of the bees. And those are honeybees, and they were in this wall. And evidently they made so much honey it was pouring out underneath the piece of wood there. And so, your cup runneth over, God the giver. But anyway, I want to end now and just thank you all for allowing me to interact with all of you and share the love and the faith that we have at St. John's. And it's really been an honor and a privilege for me to be part of this community, and I look forward to continuing that for a long time. Thank you.